Howdy friends, this is an experiment I'm doing. This is Barefoot Ken, aka Kenny Sandals, aka Ken's Bare Toes. Really doesn't matter, I'm Ken, and I do athletic activity with bare toes. So, this video is about why I choose to run in sandals. Asked nobody ever, but my name on Strava is Kenny Sandals. If you care to follow me, there's like 5 people following me right now. That's fine with me, whatever. But I'm going to explain why I prefer to run in sandals. It's my very, very favorite footwear for pretty much any activity these days. So, what I run in, very, very, very thin, minimalist, thong-style sport sandals. Some would call them orachis. I have them right here. I'm going to talk about the model that I prefer in a bit. But you see it's a thong style, but it has an ankle strap, and it's 0 drop. It's very flexible. Check this out. Could literally put that in my pocket if I wanted, but that's what I run in, and I'm going to explain why very briefly. First off, some of you would say, why don't you just run barefoot if that's it? Well, I tried that. And my technique is not good enough to run barefoot, which I need to improve it, but I am also lazy. But also, I don't want to worry about burning my feet, which is a thing, or freezing my feet, which is a thing. I'm just a wuss when it comes to that, or otherwise messing up my feet. Because where I run, sometimes there's broken glass. It's in the city usually, and I just don't really want to put in the work. I'm lazy in that respect, and sandals, very thin sandals, seem to be the answer to that dilemma. So why more of? Well, very, very thin sandals demand a very natural style of running. Some would call it a forefoot running style. I would call it a whole foot landing style. My favorite book for running is by Keith Bateman and Heidi Jones. It's called Older Yet Faster, even though I don't know why it's called Older but Yet Faster, because it doesn't really have anything to do. Maybe it's just because Keith is older. He's setting a lot of records for his age group. He's in his 60s, but it's a great book for anyone who wants to get into running. He likes to run barefoot a lot of the time. I don't think he's done sandals yet or minimalist footwear. But the sandal requires a more natural mode of running. There's no way of ever doing a heel strike in these. Not one that you'll come back from anyways. It would be so uncomfortable to heel strike in these. You would immediately start limping. It would be very painful. Another reason is the splay that the foot splay that sandals allow for, especially the thong style urachi sandals. You'll see that my feet, when they're in these, you can see where my foot is. There's nothing on either side of it, so it allows my feet to splay out whenever I run. Also, the durability of running in sandals. According to Strava, I log my footwear in there, and I've put 196.5 miles on these sandals. And they have tread. You can kind of see where the tread is starting to wear a little bit, but not really. I mean, there's no completely flat spots here. And that's after almost 200 miles. Another reason is ventilation. I don't wear socks with them or anything like that. My feet rarely get sweaty, and even with these sandals, they don't slide around at all. Another reason is that I always feel like I'm getting away with something when I run in sandals, because some people are like, hey, you can't do that. Well, I'm doing it, and it just feels great to have the wind on your feet, to have your toes splayed out, running naturally. Also, if you're running in a sandal that thin, or any type of footwear that's that thin, you can start to really feel how your foot is coming into contact with the ground, and you can adjust accordingly, stride by stride, even mid-stride. This means that you can, whenever you step into holes or up curbs or on trails and things like that, you can manipulate your foot more instantaneous or quickly than you could in regular shoes. So, I'm not being paid to make this video talking about what type of sandal that I like to run in the best, but it is the Strava Warrior. You can get them from shammasandals.com, SHAMMA sandals.com. Every single sandal is made to order, which means they don't start working on it until you order it, which they kind of have to do because they're a US-based company in Santa Cruz, California. It's a little shop, just some people with sewing machines and cutters, and they cut out a piece of this Vibram, or Vibram, however you want to say it, material, top sole, tread. They make their own straps. That's another thing I hadn't mentioned. How how you can customize the straps. The other day I was running and I started to notice that one of the buckles started to give me a little bit of chafe. You stop and 30 seconds later you've adjusted the strap, move the buckle somewhere else. It's fine. Boom. Also, the Shamma Ultra Suede strap or whatever it is, it's a suede-like material that does not chafe. The only time it ever gave me any trouble is right where the buckle is, but you can adjust that. You can move it. Or, for another video, you can use this 3M surgical tape and put it wherever you have chafe, but that's maybe a whole nother video. Anyways, that's just a little into why I choose to run in sandals. With these sandals, it's been 196.5 miles so far. And I don't see those things wearing out anytime soon. So, if you like the video, awesome. If you don't, I don't care either. So, feel free to be friends with me on Strava. Look for Kenny Sandals, and we can be friends. Peace, bros and gals, everyone else.